Well, my friends at Prince of Peace, Tyler here with your weekend update for July 30th, the 17th Sunday in Ordinary Time. And you notice on the cover this weekend, we've got the Mary Noel lay missionaries who are coming to visit us. They're going to be talking from the pulpit during Masses this coming weekend. And they're missionaries that serve in 5 areas of the church. They serve in education and leadership, faith and pastoral, healthcare, justice and peace, and sustainable development, affecting more than 10,000 lives in over 9 countries. They're going to be sharing a little bit about themselves and the work that they do in their ministries. And what a great opportunity for us as Catholics from our little corner in Central Maine to reach out and affect so many lives through the God-given graces of this universal church we belong to. So please be generous. Please come to Mass with open hearts as we hear about their mission, and the diocese has invited this group to come speak to us. Our parish picnic, Prince-a-pavilion, was another great success. We had fantastic dry weather. We had a lot of great faith and fellowship. There was plenty of food to share. You all were so generous with what you brought. I want to thank the Prince of Peace Knights of Columbus, who so generously provided and cooked all up the burgers and the dogs, and set up all the tents and manned the stations. Bob Mishu, the district deputy, and all our Lewiston councils really came together. It was a great success. It was so wonderful to see all the children running around from the various churches that we have, making new friends, meeting some old friends from the Totus Tuus program, and just a great time for faith and fellowship. The weather held out. It didn't rain until the very, very end. We packed up in a hurry and watched the movie in the hall. Just thank you all so much for another great year on the books. And you'll notice that at the picnic, it was announced that we want to start talking about plans for building Prince-a-pavilion, an outdoor post and beam structure for hosting outdoor speakers and events. Some of you may have gone up to Farmington to see Chris Stefanik at the drive-in theater there. We definitely don't have much shade down in the field. It would be so wonderful to have this covered pavilion that's open, and maybe with some fans and some lights, be able to bring in guest speakers during the summer, be able to host outdoor events and talks, and just have a place to gather that would really leave a lasting legacy for our parish. So it's a working title. We're not set on a name. If someone really wants to be super generous, we'll put your name on it, but Prince-a-pavilion is the working title. So you notice that fundraiser on the parish website. Still working. If you're an architect, if you've got drawing plans, if you're a carpenter, can give us an idea of the scope and estimate, that'd be wonderful. Please give me a call. Let's get this project going. You'll also notice in the bulletin that we're talking about transferring ownership of our cemeteries. So we need to put this is notice 1 of 4 in the bulletin of a written notice. So Maine Catholic Cemeteries of the Diocese of Portland has been caring for our cemeteries under our ownership, but we're looking to transfer that to their wonderful leadership and guidance. And so we would have to, it's called an alienation of property. This is notice 1 of 4. It's written in the bulletin. So please be sure to read that. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, please reach out to Father Dan directly, either at pop@portlanddiocese.org or by calling the parish office 777-1200. Novena to St. John Vianney, patron saint of priests, starts this Thursday, tonight, on the August, oh my goodness, don't rush it, July 27th at the Adoration Chapel, 6:30. More information will be found on our website or in this week's bulletin, but that's going to go until August 4th. So our seminarian Lam is going to lead us in a prayer for vocations through the intercession of St. John Vianney. What a wonderful man who always pointed to God. I definitely... not a priest, but I definitely want to make sure in all the ministries we do here at Prince of Peace that we are always pointing up to God. I've got my helper here down below. She's trying to reach up. I'll show her at the end. Holy Family Knights of Columbus are having a steak and lobster raffle, a surf and turf raffle still going on. Top prize is 12 1/4-pound lobsters, 12 ribeye steaks, steamed clams, and corn on the cob delivered to your door. They're going to end this raffle at the end of August on the 30th and 31st. Going to start drawing names. All the prizes are listed in the bulletin. Tickets still available. Please help them in their pro-life efforts, trying to build the community. Prince-a-pavilion, potentially, just saying. And all their efforts that they do so much good for us here at Prince of Peace. We want to definitely support them in this Labor Day surf and turf raffle. What a great way to end summer. I don't really want to talk about the end of summer, but what a great way to end it with 12 lobsters and 12 ribeyes. I don't know what the rest of my family's going to have, but it'll be a pretty good meal for me. 33-day consecration. If you're prepared to consecrate yourself to Jesus through Mary, we're going to do that on August 15th, the Feast of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary. So that'll happen after the daily masses. I think there's also going to be an evening mass offered, so that will be after Mass. You'll be called forward to, if you're prepared to make your consecration. So Donna Simino is going to lead that. She'll be available with the prayers. So that's going to be August 15th if you've been following along with that 33 days for preparation. More information on the parish website. On to parish groups. Women's group have a new study set for this September. Women of Grace, Women in the Abundant Life. They're going to be on the first and third Wednesday starting in September at the Holy Cross Senior Hall. Books are available for purchase here at the parish office or by contacting Katie Dock. I believe that's by Joan Benkovic. The women have a great time. They meet at 6:30 in the evening, and it's been a great time for faith and fellowship. And then men's group has been meeting right along throughout the summer at 6:30. I just want to speak briefly about that. This will be my last subject to speak on here as this video wraps up. But men's group's something near and dear to me because that's what really started my journey into kind of falling back in love with my faith was through this fellowship of men praying the rosary. And it's so early, it's Saturday morning. Look, you get up, we feed you eggs, we give you coffee, we pray, and we talk about how to be a better man, and you're home by the time your kids are just starting to wake up and eat breakfast. It's a little bit of a sacrifice, but the transformation that's happened with these men, we've got men of all ages. It's definitely a well-diversified crew of different churches, different ages, different walks of life. And we're praying for our families, and we're talking about what it takes to be better men, what's worked for us, what hasn't worked. Mark's been leading them up through the summer, but the online portion is going to return September 23rd. So for those of you who haven't been able to make it in and you missed that online access, we're going to start back up on September 23rd. So Mark's going to finish up his series on Catholic fatherhood, and we're going to jump right into living a joyful life, 9 rules for having more joy in your life. So this is going to be based off that reboot with Chris Stefanik. For those, I think we have about 50 POP parishioners attend. And for those that went, we all were given a guidebook. And in that book was 9 small group sessions for the 9 rules for building joy. And, I know that happiness isn't always enough, right? We're always seeking that happiness. But if you can find the joy in the small things, if you can find the joy in the hurt, if you can look towards God and realize that everything is done out of love, and that's the love of the Father that's going to sustain, then life is going to be so much more abundantly better. So we're going to talk about that. So online access returns September 23rd. We're going to kick off with, let me read it the right way here. So we're going to kick off with Living Joy, 9 rules that will change your life, based off the Chris Stefanik reboot we just had at St. Joe and St. Rosalima Parish up there in Farmington. So we're going to continue in that thread. That'll be 9 sessions, 9 rules. Again, it's that small group discussion, pray the rosary, and help each other be better men. So if you haven't been to men's group, come check it out. I promise, come once, you're hooked. It's really been so many abundant graces are flowing. It's really out of this world. God is so good to our parish. All that and more can be found in this week's bulletin. Stay tuned. I'm going to share that trailer for the men's group. And you all have a blessed week. We'll see you at Mass.
You ever feel like something's missing in your life as you race through it all and accomplish your dreams, or get halfway there? It's like, why am I doing this? Well, I have the answer to that question. You're doing all this because you want joy. Whether you dream of that yacht, or a great marriage, or the stuff you do that has to do with your faith or service, you want to be happy. That's why you do everything. That's God's dream for you. That's why that desire is in your heart. But like any dream, in order for it to become reality, you have a role to play. You have things you need to do. And that's what Living Joy is all about. We cover 9 rules for how to live a joyful life. Not just a joy that's waiting for you in heaven, but a joy that begins here and now. We cover how to not just say thank you more, but have a more grateful mind. how to successfully get on top of your screen time and achieve silence in your incredibly busy life, how to make friends, and how that strengthens your body and your soul. Everything in Living Joy is based on the latest scientific research, practical wisdom, and above all, the Word of God. See, this isn't just self-help. This is God's help. Because of that, it's going to actually work. You want living joy? What are you waiting for?